Well, good evening and welcome to a very special evening of FIFA 22 action as we bring you the JLINGZ FUT Challenge presented by PlayStation Tournaments as you're joined by myself, Brandon Smith, and that man next to me as always, Richard Buckley. Richie, it's been a while. It's our first FIFA 22 event, I believe, with PlayStation. So it's nice to be back and it's nice to be back alongside you as ever.
Yeah, absolutely. I cannot wait to see what this evening has in store. We're going to be giving away some money. We're going to be giving away some championships to 2 lucky winners. I can't wait. And you never know, you might even end up with a Jesse Lingard Instagram DM at the end of it saying, do you fancy coming and being part of my esports org? He'll be watching. I guarantee you, he will be watching.
Yeah, as you said, this is a tournament that has been founded by Jesse Lingard. He's got his own esports team now that compete in both FIFA and Rainbow Six. He came together with PlayStation to create this tournament, and this is what we've got coming for you today. An incredible set of tournaments are on the way. This is the lay of the land for this evening. We've got 2 tournaments coming up, one on the PS4 and one on the PS5. We're going to have a look at the format now and tell you a little bit more about that, because, Rich, there was a lot of people that signed up for this tournament. There were so many, we had to split them across 2 different brackets.
Yeah, absolutely. This is how the tournament will go down. We had 2 open qualifiers, a PS4 and a PS5. They were on the 2 different consoles. The top 2 players from each final proceed to the finals. It's single elimination, so you typically in FIFA esports we play over 2 legs. What now? It's going to be best of 3. You win 2 matches, you are the champion. And the most important thing of all, we are playing on FIFA Ultimate Team. I cannot wait to see what the squads have in store for us. As we mentioned, we're playing on PS4 and on PS5. So without any further ado, Brandon, tell me who's going to be in the final on PS4.
Absolutely. Let's have a look at the brackets for this. As we said, hundreds of players signed up for this. There was 2 separate qualifiers on the build-up to tonight's grand final, where 4 players made it there. And this is how it looks. INC Blur won his game 2 games to nil. That's a best of 3 format against Ryan Zoe. And on the other side, it was Zazoa who beat Anelka 4BU. 2 games to 0 as well. They didn't need a third game in this best of 3 format. And a fun fact for you, both players in this final are called Tom. It's literally the battle of the Toms in this grand final.
The Tom final. Who's going to be the more dominant Tom? Well, that was PS4. Let's have a look at PS5. And if there's one thing that we know, it's Tom's love FIFA, because we've got Tom Smith 7 in our final on the PS5. Facing him is going to be Scott BFC, and rumour has it that he's a huge... well, he's a big Blackpool fan. He lives over in Blackpool, and I'm sure he's got the sea crashing into... I just love Blackpool. I'll be honest with you. I love Blackpool. No favouritism from us, but Blackpool's always a winner in my eyes.
Yeah, I'm surprised you didn't mention the big one in there, Rich, and maybe
it's going to be a big final.
Alongside that. So that's your PlayStation 5 final. However, this is what they're all playing for tonight. I'm telling you, we've got some serious prizes on the line here in this JLINGZ FUT Challenge. If you win tonight, the PS4 side or the PS5 bracket, you'll get €500 in cash tonight. Of course, the 2 players that have already been knocked out of the bracket in the semi-finals won't walk away empty-handed, sorry. They will get €200 and €150 PSN credit vouchers to use in-store and on their console. And if you become a runner-up tonight, you'll also get €300 in PSN credits. Team of the Years are still in packs, so you know maybe you can get a few cheeky FIFA points and maybe pack one.
Yeah, fingers crossed. Hopefully, anybody who walks away, whether it's PSN credit or euros, enjoys their prize earnings, and you can potentially be earning your own prizes. Yes. If you follow that link down below, compete.playstation.com, sign up, follow the terms of service, link your accounts, and you can be competing. It's simple as that. It'll take you 5 minutes. You sign up, you make sure you look through the games. There's a huge different array of titles, from FPSs to sports titles. Sign up, get involved, and we potentially could be commentating on your games here the next time we're live.
Yeah, absolutely, Rich. As you said, there's so many tournaments, daily, weekly, monthly, that take place where you can win some unbelievable cash prize, and you get these special one-off tournaments like Jesse Lingard having his own FIFA Ultimate Team Challenge. Speaking of Jesse Lingard, he had a few words to say tonight before we kick off our big grand final. So have a little watch of this video. He's got a few words of wisdom for the lads.
Yes, everyone, Jesse Lingard here. I just want to say a huge thank you to everyone who participated in the PlayStation tournament. It's been amazing over these past few days watching you play. There's been some really high quality games, and I can't wait for the final. So best of luck to everybody, and I'll be watching online. Lots of love, JLINGZ.
Well, there you have it, the man himself. JLINGZ wishing our competitors all the best of luck tonight. If you don't know the stories I said about that, he's in the FIFA esports landscape now, founded his own team just before the release of FIFA 22. Of course, they put pen to paper with Lisa Manley, professional FIFA player, commentator that I've been able to commentate with you as well, Richard, Poacher, Example. You know, these are top-tier FIFA players all involved in that organisation, and they're also involved in a plethora, as you said, of other esports titles. So great to have them on board, great to have activations like this happening with PlayStation as well. But we need to focus on our first final of the night, Richard.
You certainly do. You can see it being teased just below us right now. It's going to be the PlayStation 4 final first. Let's learn a little bit more about our competitors. Ink Blur, otherwise known as Tom Davenport, 21 years of age, and he's from Manchester, England. I actually heard he's just down the road from me. I didn't, but it'd be funny if he was. incredible player if you're making it to the final. We can have a look at his stats in the tournament so far. He's won 8 matches out of the 9 he has played, only suffering defeat on 1 occasion. Turns him out with an 89% win percentage. And because we are an ultimate team, Brandon Smith, we have an opportunity to look at his FUT squad before we get into this PS4 final, and that is what he's going to be rocking. Edouard Mendy, Team of the Year honourable mention, in goal with Antoine Rudiger in front of him. Alongside Team of the Year Ruben Dias and the base Mateus with wingbacks Klaus and Theo Hernandez. I have to imagine that Mateus will be stepping into midfield in the game alongside Guendouzi. What a player he is. His price has risen and risen throughout the last few weeks. The base Kaká in the midfield as well, and then you got to think maybe in a 4-2-3-1 or a 4-2-2-2, those attacking players. Informed Kylian Mbappe, red informed Vinicius Jr, and also Neymar will be doing the damage in the attacking third. Some pacey subs to come off the bench. David Neres and Antoine Di Natale with defensive options, Etienne Capoue and Djibril Sow.
Yeah, I mean, you speak about options off the bench, Richard. This man has got a handful of dangerous options to use off the bench. And it's exciting as well because we love FIFA Ultimate Team. As much as we've enjoyed commentating head-to-head FIFA in the past, France v France, we have to speak about his opponent now, which goes by the name of Zoa. Tom Sorrell, another Tom, the battle of the Toms as we've been making this joke. 22 years of age from Billericay in England. That's his social media app. Go and drop him a follow. And of course, that's where he streams also here on Twitch TV. Whether you guys are watching on YouTube or on Twitch right now, on PlayStation's channels, do stick with us tonight. We have got an action-packed evening. This is the run that he had throughout the tournament. A really, really impressive run he had. He went 8-0 in the Swiss rounds to qualify for the original finals and then just won his last game 2-0 in the best of 3. So he looks really dangerous. And we spoke about this before the broadcast started, Richard. That man has got one hell of a FIFA Ultimate Team.
Yeah, incredible squad. Certainly the team advantage going over in this particular squad. I mean, the loans in there as well. Say of it as you will, but if you're playing a cash game, you're going to use every advantage that you possibly can. Going from the front, Team of the Year Messi, and also headliner Vinicius Jr, mid Pele. Team of the Year Mbappe isn't alone. If that's packed, I mean, incredible pack look. Jorginho and De Bruyne will be your 2 CDMs with a back 4, Hakimi, Rudiger, Maldini and João Cancelo, Van der Sar in goal. You look across the bench as well. Unbelievable potential substitutions to come on and win the game. Djibril Sow again on the bench. Jonathan David, honourable mention. Winter wildcard. Lucas Moura, and then I can just see his hairline and his tongue sticking out, doing a big sue off into the distance. Cristiano Ronaldo, Team of the Year FUT item. I've not been able to play with him yet. I've not played against him actually yet, the Team of the Year CR7. I imagine he's unbelievable. I've seen a lot of pros saying he is the go-to man. He's better than R9 in those squads, and players and pro players will be going with Team of the Year CR7. So I sort of want him to see him come off the bench potentially and try and steal the winner, but we'll just have to wait and see.
It's an interesting story, Rich, because I was actually looking at this man's Twitter before we kicked off today's broadcast. He packed him.
That's a pack pulled CR7? And he's not even starting him?
I believe it is. I saw flares in a screenshot, so I believe it's packed. 12th man Cristiano Ronaldo on the bench. Maybe that was a screenshot when he was building the team, but surely he's got to be involved in some capacity.
If you've packed a Team of the Year Cristiano Ronaldo, he has to start. I'm not on my own in this. I'm sure everybody watching this in the comment sections and in the live chats will agree with me. If you've packed Team of the Year Cristiano Ronaldo, he has to be in your team. He is not a bench player. He is not a super sub 60 minutes into the game. He has to start, surely.
Yeah, surely he does, in a big finals as well. But, I mean, if you can use a couple of loans in there, if you're not using loans, what are you doing? Get those loans on the pitch, especially when you can use Team of the Year players. But we're very happy to say that this JLINGZ FUT Challenge Grand Finals are officially underway right now. We're on the PlayStation 4 bracket first, and it's the start of this best of 3. Simple as it sounds, you win 3 games and you'll be on your way to crown yourself as a champion here. First chance of the game, potentially so. Cheeky chip, it's only taken Zoa, who's kicking in the black from left to right. 1 chance and 3 minutes on the clock for Team of the Year Mbappe to introduce himself to this tournament and to this grand final.
And that's what you can expect, to be honest. Team of the Year Mbappe, he's not going to require 3-4 chances. First opportunity, lovely dink over the goalkeeper. Blake could be coming up the other end, though. Good chance there with Vinicius Jr. Elasticoing into a body. Team advantage. How strong is that difference going to be, Brandon?
I mean, a massive difference. Chance coming in now. Vinicius Jr.
Hello.
I mean, this is what FIFA Ultimate Team is going to bring you. Attacking FIFA, end-to-end FIFA. Mbappe is literally on his own. Oh, he's timed it red. But what a start we've had.
I was just about to say, what an electric start we have had here. Incredible from these two. Kylian Mbappe, literally straight from kickoff, just ran through the team. And a red-timed chip over the top of the goalkeeper. If that's timed green, it's a goal. Even if it's not timed, it's a goal.
I just had to check it. I had to check it, Richard. He has packed that Ronaldo 2 days ago on his account.
Wow.
Of course, we're speaking about Zoe there, kicking from left to right in this grand final. 12th man, Team of the Year, Cristiano Ronaldo, making it into the team, but not making it into the starting 11.
Controversial. Very.
He might have the team advantage, as we've been saying. Blur, but he went 1-0 down in 3 minutes, replied instantly. He comes forward now. His icon to choice in this team, Kaka. Mbappe, reverse Elastico, looks to cut back inside. It's defended well. And it's just how you approach this one. Both of these two players, Richard, have come into this without dropping a single game yet. They went 2-0, both of them in their best of 3. Surely that's going to fulfill them with confidence, but now this is the big one. As Mbappe moves and grooves around the box, literally scoop turning away from the player through the defender's legs of Rudiger. Does it change your mindset now? €500 on the line, cash?
Potentially, but you've got to think, because of the best of 3, even if you lose this first game, say 5-0, Brandon, it means absolutely nothing going into game number 2. You can refocus, recompose yourself, go into game 2, and you can get a 1-0 win. You can get a penalty shootout win, and you're still going to be tied going into game number 3. Just for a little bit of context, if you are just joining us here, the score line, the score tag above the in-game 1-1, that is the best of 3 total. So whoever wins this first match, if Zoa goes on to win this game 3-1, the overall score will be 1-0 then. First to 2, and you are the winner.
Look at Messi now, driving forward, showcasing that pace of his item. He timed it green, brilliant save. From the goalkeeper there. Vinicius from distance, not troubling. Mendy on that occasion, but a frantic start with 25 minutes on the clock. And a start, to be completely honest, I did not expect from this one. I was expecting a bit more of a cagier final. But these two, just attack versus attack. Everything you want to see. The close control dribbling from Neymar and Mbappe, with Vinicius Jr., even from Blur, has been really, really impressive. Sometimes so fast that you can't even track or control the man. It's time for Zoa on the flip side to get going. Pele, one more pass, ball around the goalkeeper, sends Mendy shopping. And just like that, there's your second goal in this grand final. 2-1 after 30 minutes on the clock.
It must have been tight, because Antoine Rudiger was all the way back on the line. I think he was just stood behind the goal line as it's gone in, but he nearly hooked it away. Good ball control, good ball roll from Pele, simple finish, as you would expect him to do, but good positioning from Rudiger, close but no cigar.
It's one of those, isn't it? You come out and you commit with your goalkeeper, it's always going to be so risky. Neymar looking for that equaliser. It's the best part and the best way to play this game is you can't go 2 or 3 goals down and then you're chasing the game and you have to change the way you want to play. This team in the Mbappe is an absolute monster from what we've seen in the first 37 minutes. He just runs and runs and you can't even get near him.
Yeah, honestly, I might have to pick him up. I was debating potentially Cristiano Ronaldo, but that Mbappe could be the one. Neymar, chance here, left foot, ball roll, scoop turn, inside the box. Maldini just does enough.
He wins a corner for his efforts as well. That one played short. Messi just about getting under control. Neymar into the box, headed away, back to danger for Theo Hernandez to maybe half volley. Wasn't the player really he wanted in that area. Does well though to flip it back. Mbappe, we spoke about him. Maldini has got his hands full, quite literally.
Ooh, if that had broke to teammate Messi there, Mbappe would have been in over the top. There's been a couple of times where if just hits the ball over the top through balls into Mbappe, I really don't think he's going to get caught.
Nice, Neymar. Credit where it's due defensively at the moment. He's got that spot on with the timing of these tackles, hasn't he? Zoa. There's been times where he could have easily dived in, caused a foul or a penalty, but so far, everything that he has done has been perfect. Half-time, that must be the quickest 6 minutes of FIFA I think I've ever watched.
Absolutely flown by that first 45 minutes. There's been chances at either end. You saw the stats coming into the halfway period. If it stays like this over the course of 90 minutes, well, Zoa will be going into game number 2 with a 1-point lead in this best of 3.
It's going to be hugely important, isn't it? Getting that first point on the board in the best of 3 just takes a couple of nerves away from you. Obviously, you've got to go and win another game to conclude the series. Mbappe will run rampant. Vinicius Jr., golden chance. This is for Zoa. Referee. No, he waves it away. Mendy looked like he came out and completely cleaned out Vinicius.
It was a very sensible goalkeeper movement. He sort of brought the keeper out a little bit and then stood up to it, meaning that the ball roll that he initiated originally didn't take him anywhere with Vinicius Jr. A little bit of panic set in then, I think, for Zoa. He wanted to try and pass it across. He didn't know if he wanted to shoot or chip it over him. Got away with that, but it was because of the good goalkeeper work from Ink Blur.
That's another chance for Zoa. Pele, Elastico, does well. Brilliant close control dribbling here. Cheeky chip back inside Vinicius Jr. It's moving literally at a frantic pace that at times remains impossible to commentate on the way these players are moving there. Forwards around. If you have just joined us tonight, welcome along. This is the JLINGZ FUT Challenge, founded by Jesse Lingard. Created his own esports team in 2021. Partnered up with PlayStation to run a FUT Challenge. We've got 2 massive finals coming your way tonight. This is the first one. €500 on the line. Cash to the winner between these two from our PS4 bracket. Mbappe into that lead on Messi. Which I must say, from the team of the years you've seen so far today, Rich, surely it's been Mbappe that's been the one that's impressed you so much. Yeah,
it really has. Pele on the edge of the box, looking to play into Messi. Pele could have played Messi back in.
Vinicius might get a second bite at it. Brings the cut back. There's the man we've been speaking about all night. Mbappe, nicely done. Links up perfectly with his fellow Parisian forward. He might be on loan, but who really cares? Lionel Messi makes it 3-1.
Use every advantage that you can. Loan or not. Teammate Messi doing the job. Messi receiving the pass from Mbappe. First time ball on the edge of the box. Just sliding it in to Lionel, who doesn't even need to take a touch.
And it's just an opportunity now for a bit of breathing space for Zoa, who could get another one. Pele, brilliant save, Mendy. A chance to make a change.
Yeah, I'll be very interested to see who comes on, actually. I'm not surprised by that. Cancelo, he has the stats of... I mean, arguably some of the best stats on the game, period, but he can play wide mid, he can play centre mid. Alphonso Davies comes on at left back. Cancelo just moves into midfield for Kevin De Bruyne, and also Team of the Year, Cristiano Ronaldo, enters the pitch. It's not a bad substitution to bring on.
I was just about to say that. There's a lot worse players, isn't there, you could bring on? A lot worse. Corner. Recycled well. João Cancelo!
What did I say?
He's not just a fullback. He can bend one in from the edge of the box.
He's incredible. Team of the Year, João Cancelo. He's not only a fullback, he's not only one of the best players on the game, he might be one of the, arguably the most well-rounded player on the entire game.
Well, he's got a 5-star week for to remember. If he ever needs a fullback on it, of course, a right back by trade, been playing out of position technically, or hasn't really looked out of position for Manchester City. Got a Team of the Year on the other side of the pitch in a left back. And I mean, what a corner that was. It was ambitious, it was dangerous, but he timed it green. And that was a finish to remember. Into the top right corner. We spoke about a 2-goal cushion. It might be a 3-goal, and if that was onside, it could have been a 4-goal cushion.
And this game all but wrapped up unless Ink Blur shows something heroic in the final 15 minutes. But what does this mean? Well, going into game number 2, absolutely nothing. The only thing that Zoe will have the advantage on, as Team of the CR7 blazes it over the bar, believe it or not, will be he only has to win one more 90-minute match of FIFA to take home €500, whereas Ink Blur has made it a little bit of a longer night for himself, as he now has to win 2 matches of FIFA to be crowned PS4 champion.
Well, Messi, he's already been on the score sheet tonight, will finesse that from very, very... Oh, my God. I'll tell you what. I've been lucky enough to have Lionel Messi in my team this year. Just the standard variant of his in-game item. And he's done that a few times for me on Weekly League. I can only imagine how much easier or better that must feel on his 98 Team of the Year item.
I'd like to say I'm surprised, but I'm really not. That Team of the Year Lionel Messi is absolutely ridiculous.
Well, wait. 6 minutes left. Even the consolation won't be enough for Ink Blur. He has to come out and bring his best performance in this next game, because he won't get a second chance. Does get a goal. If anything, it'll be a confidence booster to take into the second game. He's got 4 minutes to find 3 goals. It's just not going to happen.
And the question is, will Zoa just take what he's learned from this first leg and apply it in the second with the confidence that he must be feeling right now as CR7 breezes past Ruben Dias? It was Mateus coming across to intercept.
Added time of a minute, but this has been a great taster of maybe, just maybe, how competitive this bracket has been across the build-up to these grand finals. That's full time in game 1. And on the PlayStation 4 bracket, it will be 1 point on the board and 1 win on the board for Zed Zoa in that game, Richard. 5 goals to 2 he won in the end, and it was just a case of just running away with it. Got a 2-goal cushion, then a 3-goal cushion, and then CR7 came on the pitch. Messi turned it on. Everything was working. Everything was green. I don't know what goal I prefer better, the João Cancelo finish or the Lionel Messi one.
I think both were incredible. We can see the best moments from our first game here. Kylian Mbappe timed chip over the goalkeeper. Ink Blur responded straight away, though. Lovely bit of skill from Vinicius Jr. Zoa, it took him just until the 30th minute to get his second goal. Look how close Rudiger is to clearing that off the line, by the way. Really, really tight. Into the second half, we went 2-1 the scoreline. Lionel Messi, 1 touch and finishing into the bottom left corner. Have a look at this one. João Cancelo, timed green, top bins, and Lionel Messi putting the cherry on top of a beautiful cake with that finesse shot from range over the top of the goalkeeper, sailing over his head into the bottom left corner.
Yeah, and I said to you, Richard, about standout Team of the Year items that we saw in that last game. For a long part of it, it was Mbappe running the show, but then João Cancelo popped up as you were hyping him up with an unbelievable goal on the edge of the box. Messi showed what he could do. He grabbed a brace in that game. is it still the Mbappe train you're on?
Well, we're only 1/3 potentially of the way through this final yet, so I'll reserve judgment until after the next game at least. We could be a 2-0 clean sweep for Zoa. However, Ink Blur might reply in this second game and force us into that all-important and decisive Game 3. We'll have to wait and see. But if I was to predict where I think this game could potentially go, I think if Zoa can have that fast start again with the players that he's got, with Mbappe and Messi, I think it's going to be a long, long afternoon for Ink Blur. However, if he's maybe got a couple of those loan items just around his club, maybe a loan Pele, maybe a loan Cruyff, or a loan Team of the Year Lionel Messi, potentially we might see one of those three involved. We'll have to wait and see. I know I would be if I just conceded to 2 goals against a lone Team of the Year Messi. I'd be going into my club and finding those loan items and getting them on the bench straight away.
That's what I mean. There's nothing worse than obviously conceding a goal from that far out, but then realising that it's a lone player that's just scored it against you, Rich. It's never a nice feeling. And he might have been thinking, I didn't know this was in the rules. I didn't know we could use lone players. Get them stacked in your club right now. I'll be honest, I forgot it was Cristiano Ronaldo on the bench, Team of the Year. I thought it was on loan R9 Ronaldo, but obviously his prime icon's not out as of yet. But that would have been one hell of a substitution if we was bringing on R9 on the pitch for a Pele.
I mean, even Team of the Year CR7's a good 6.8 million coins.
Yeah.
So it's not a bad substitution to bring on. As you can see, the players there ready and waiting. Ink Blur and Zoa in the lobby. We'll be getting this game underway very shortly indeed. Let us know in the chat, what do you think? Do you think it's going to be a 2-0 clean sweep, or do you think we might see a potential comeback for Ink Blur? We'll have to wait and see. If I was to predict it, Brandon, I think it's going to be a 2-0 sweep.
Yeah, I just think you could just see there in terms of the team lineups. I mean, both players have been really, really good in terms of FIFA getting this far in the tournament out of the hundreds that were involved. But you can just see in moments of the game the decisiveness, the clinicalness of Zoa. I think it could carry him through. Let's see how this next one goes. It is going to be underway in just a minute. He's got to win, though. He has to win. Ink Blur has to win this to take it to a Game 3. If not, the best of 3 will be completed, and it will be a 2-0 sweep, as he did in the semi-finals, as he could do in this grand final for Zoa, picking up €500 alongside that as well. Only time will tell, and let's jump into the game right about now. Here we go. Well, this time, it will be Zoa in the white, from right to left. This next 90 minutes. And from left to right, it will be Ink Blur. Who, to be fair, is not played badly. Just been on, unfortunately, the backside of quite a few very decent players who are timing their shots green and their blue in-game items that are Team of the Years.
Yeah, I mean, the Team of the Year FUT items just really are incredible. They show why they are such a illustrious price tag and so hard to get out of packs as well, as I've found myself.
Shot comes in. It's a brilliant save from Van der Sar. That's the first warning sign for a man that has to win this game in Ink Blur. The start of this game is everything. You can just see at the top of the screen, you see a 1 point on the board for Zoa. That's because he's won the first game in this best of 3. That's the format that this JLINGZ FUT challenge will follow. Chance building into the box. Pele does well and does fall kindly back to Lionel Messi. They try and shake off the fullback there. Can't exactly do that in the easiest way. Does keep possession though. Recycled well. Hakimi back to De Bruyne. Pele. Couple of step overs. Looking to bring another man who's got a Team of the Year item into this. Jorginho, impressive season for Chelsea. Champions League winner, Euro winner for Italy. Player that I've actually been able to pack 2 times on the last sort of 4 days. And what an in-game item he looks like as a midfielder. Mbappe. Can't find the pass into Kaka, and just like that, possession's wasted for Zoa to come back at him again. Which he has got pace and he has got options. Goes down to ground. Referee says, get back up on your feet there. That looked harsh. Another poor pass from Guendouzi. Don't get me wrong, a player that is very much wanted in people's FUT teams at the moment, but with passes like that. Might be dropped from a few of them. Wave after wave of pressure here for Zoa. Is one of these chances going to come to something? Timed green. Good save again by Mendy. That's his honourable mentions in-game item. Which is another one of those impressive in-game items. Hundreds of them have been packed over the last few days. I say hundreds, thousands of them. Free kick played short. Pele. Looking to go on his own. Maybe a little bit too much of a solo effort there. Have to see him capitalise on this now, Inkblur. Neymar, Mbappe. This is nice feet, really nice. Mbappe still got a little bit caught up there in the movement and the motions of what he wanted to do, and he could get punished on the flip side. Look at the time, look at the space for Zoa to try and put this one through. Defended superbly well. Nicely done. Is he onside? Neymar, he is! Oh, what chance squandered. This really is end-to-end FIFA. With 30 minutes played here, Rich. What a start again we've had. And what chances have already been squandered?
Yeah, in finals, you cannot afford to miss opportunities like that. Messi potentially in behind. Good little knock away. 30 minutes gone. These two going hammer and tongue in this final. Time green! Oh.
Another finesse. It's time green. That's the one thing that's been really impressive, sorry, from Zoa so far. Every single chance he'll have around this sort of area of the pitch, it's always time green. He's looking for those 99% chance of that ball here in the back of the net. And I think one thing that Inkblur has done a bit more in this game is he has moved the goalkeeper at times to try and read the chances. You can't read that one. It's another time green finish. It's Mbappe into the top corner. And that's the first breakthrough in this one.
And that is why those Team of the Year items have such a high price. It's the reliability of that chance going in. Regular Mbappe, it might go wide, it might keeper might save it. Team of the Year Mbappe, you're taking that shot knowing in full confidence it's hitting the back of the net.
It's the goal that swung the wrong way if you're an Inkblur fan. As he comes in with a pause now, Elastico still in possession, trying to find a way through the tiniest of gaps. He sort of just can't find that clean breakaway, can he? He's looking for the Elastico, he's looking for the skill combos. At the moment, there's just so many defenders in the way. Rudiger, Maldini, this is a chance, a brilliant chance he needs to take. Again, another defender in the way.
You see that pause just being cued there? I'm intrigued to see what the potential change could be for Inkblur. So close to half-time as well. Makes you think that he's not happy with something, Brandon.
Be lucky to get that pause before half-time. There we go, half-time in this one. 45 minutes away from glory is Zoa. He won the first game, don't forget it, 5-2. This is a best-of-3 format. If he goes and wins this next game, that will be all she wrote. And that man will be €500 richer. Can't see the changes that have been made as of yet. We'll report on it if we do see any personal changes as the game kicks off. I don't know if we'll see actual substitutions used. I thought, if anything, we'd probably just see a formation change.
Very intrigued. As David Neres comes on for Guendouzi. And Etienne Capoue for Kaka. Quite a defensive change there. Maybe a change of formation as well.
Well, you know one thing, that man on the ball now, David Neres, is going to inject a lot of pace on a chance. Oh, what a chance, just off Not offside, went for a corner, sorry. As I was alluding to, that David Neres in-game arm, he's going to have a lot of pace, a lot of trickery, a lot of flair into the right-hand side of the field. And with his first 4 touches on the ball, he nearly set up a chance. Long ball over the top, it could be ugly. Mbappe's through. If he can find a way past Rudiger. This is Zoa. Lionel Messi, cheeky chip, punches it back to Mbappe. Oh. And I think you've got to look at the goalkeeper there.
If my goalkeeper's just done that, was it Edouard Mendy that we saw? I'm asking serious questions.
I mean, let's be real here. He's 40,000 coins. Discard him. Get rid.
Get rid. Don't see him. Put him in a gold upgrade. Send him out. Chance. Beautiful reverse elastico. Dinked over the goalkeeper. Oh, that has to go in.
And how has it not gone in? That's an absolute lifeline there for Zoa. That turn completely sold 2 players, by the way, from Neymar. Unbelievable turn there. We're jumping into the in-game tactics here to see what is going to be changed. We are looking at the team here of the man that is currently trailing by 2 goals to 0. That one's got to hurt there, Richard. He's done everything right. You said the reverse elastico was sweet. He sold 2 players the wrong way. And then the chip from Neymar, just the wrong side of the post. And this will be an absolute heartbreak if he goes down 3-0. Ball falls kindly. Back to the edge of the box. Unfortunately, Messi runs it off the pitch.
Could have been an opportunity there, you know. Vinicius Jr., he got inside the left-hand channel. He's gone for a little stood-up cross at the back post, but I'm maybe looking for a skill move and a shot across the goalkeeper, maybe looking for a deflection. He's looked too strong, though, Zoa. I'll be honest, Brandon. Jorginho's been one of those players that he's in the team, and is it sometimes a good thing when you don't notice the player because they're not doing anything bad, but he's just ticking it over, he's playing all the correct passes. That team of the year, Jorginho in midfield.
I'll be honest, I've not made one comment about him, Richard, but you're absolutely right. He's just been there, just doing his job. This is a chance. Again, there's another body in the way every single time. Maldini's there, Rudiger's there. Mbappe. If he gets one more goal, it will seal the deal. And Zoa will be crowned your JLINGZ FUT Challenge winner, no doubt. Mbappe, David Neres, introduced onto the pitch just 10 minutes ago. Mbappe still. Chance, what a save.
Big, big save. Edwin van der Sar tipping it around his post. On another day, that might nestle into the bottom corner, and we've got a 1-goal game going into the final 20 minutes.
Just got to ride these waves. That's Zoa.
The surfboard.
Alternatively, go and score one more. And it will be job done. Game, set, and match. Vinicius, can he whip the ball across the box? Pele's there, waiting. Messi now in there, Mbappe all queuing up. Another pause again. We're going to see this. We're looking at the POV here of the man that's in the driving seat so far. Up by 2 goals to 0. He's going to bring on Alphonso Davies in at left back.
Cancelo into midfield. Must be a sub that he's very comfortable with as well. That Alphonso Davies, he's been around for quite a long time. I think it's the Player of the Month Bundesliga FUT item as CR7 comes short. He's fresh off the bench as well. Antoine Di Natale coming on to potentially save the day for Ink Bleu.
Rudiger, look how far forward he is. He's going to assist this. Lionel Messi, one more. Is he onside? Yes, he is. And that's game, set, and match. Cristiano Ronaldo, welcome onto the pitch.
He's still loan.
And more importantly, that should be game, set, and match. Well, he is on loan.
Maybe he sold him?
On Tom Zoa's Twitter 2 days ago, he did pack him, so maybe he cashed in on the 6.9 million.
That's where Pele and maybe Team of the Year Mbappe have come from.
But the bigger picture, this man is 15 in-game minutes away from the perfect grand final in this FIFA 22 JLINGZ FUT Challenge. It's a 2-0 sweep in the best of three. No doubt he's had one of the stronger teams in this, but he's leaned back into lone players, which is allowed.
Yeah, why not? Use every advantage that you can. Lone Messi, lone Cancelo, and also Cristiano Ronaldo have come on and been a difference maker, really. Obviously, mid-Pele and Team Leader Mbappe have done their job as well, but those lone foot items certainly helped, to say the least, as Mbappe looks to get away from Rudiger. For Ink Blur, it's just been a little bit of a blur, hasn't it, this last 2 games? He's played well in the offensive third, but just not being able to really create those good chances into goals.
I mean, the way he's attacked has been flawless at times. The combinations have been perfect. The one credit you have to have is, one, he's maybe not the rub of the green of certain moments in the game where there's been a great save from the goalkeeper, maybe an AI defensive block, a chance that's fell off the post. And on the flip side, Zoa's read a lot, such as passes like that. Maldini does superbly well. I'll tell you what, this has been a really frantic game, though. The last 2 games, I don't think I've had to commentate FIFA this fast-paced for a very long time.
It's been frantic, I think, to say the least. That's what we want, though. As Zoa looks to just take us into the final few minutes here. Ink Blur will walk away with €300 of PlayStation credit. Potentially some FIFA points being put on there.
You look at the run as well of Zoe, Richard. He played in the sort of Swiss rounds in Qualifier Cup number 1. And he went 8-0 in that. Did not drop a single game. Came into this on finals day. Won his semi-final matchup in a 2-0 sweep. He's done it here with an over 2-0 sweep and a 4-0 win to round out the perfect performance in a debut in the JLINGZ FUT Challenge. A massive, massive well done. €500 in cash richer. And he will be your champion here of the PS4 bracket. As I say, Rich, 8-0 he went in the Swiss rounds a couple of weeks ago to get into this grand final. 2-0 sweep in his semi. 2-0 sweep in the grand final. This man cannot be stopped. I mean, Team Leader Mbappe cannot be stopped.
He just looked solid, didn't he, throughout. Defensively as well, he was really good. Maldini, a big help at the back. I think he was pairing him next to Antoine Rudiger. We can see the goals that did separate the tie here. Kylian Mbappe green timed into the far post. Into the second half, that's where 1 became 2. Lionel Messi, awful goalkeeping. You've got to hold your hands up and say that's all on the goalkeeper, but just in the final 20 minutes, Lionel Messi into Cristiano Ronaldo. He made it 3, and in the final moments, Ronaldo doubled his lead. Another pass from Mbappe, and CR7 slotted home. Zoa is your champion. 2-0 sweep in the grand final here on the PS4 in the JLINGZ FUT Challenge.
Yeah, interesting story as well. I believe these two actually did play in the qualifier number 1. They were the top 2 players that went through the qualification stage. Inkblow actually went 7-1, so they must have matched up a few weeks ago back then, and Zoa must have already taken his number those few weeks ago. So they're matched back up. He was hoping for revenge. It just wasn't to be the case this time round. But a massive congratulations to him and to both players. They've both won some pretty good prizes. A €300 PSN credit voucher and €500 in cash. Technically, we're at the halfway point, Richard, aren't we?
We certainly are, yes. We've got another final to come very shortly indeed. But if you're looking and thinking, you know what, I can get involved with that. I could beat Zoa. Why don't you show us? Follow that link down below, compete.playstation.com. Sign up, get involved. There's a whole range of different games and titles available to compete in. And hopefully, we can see you the next time we are live here with PlayStation competing for some prize money.
Yeah, absolutely. Get yourselves involved. Daily, weekly, monthly tournaments taking place, not just for UK or Europe, for all over the world. So get yourselves involved. We're going to go to a quick break now. When we return, we'll have part 2 of this JLINGZ FUT challenge. We go from PS4 to PS5 in another action-packed final. Don't go anywhere. We're back in a few minutes' time. Well, welcome back to the PlayStation Tournament Series presented with the JLINGZ FUT Challenge on FIFA 22 tonight. You're joined by myself, Brandon Smith, and Richard Buckley. We've had the call of the game so far today, where we just saw Zedzoa become our PlayStation 4 champion, a deserved PlayStation 4 champion with 2 dominant performances. He leaves the tournament as the winner, maybe with a contract in the future from Jesse Lingard, who knows. But now, Richard, we turn our attentions to the PS5 bracket, which looks to be even more stacked.
We absolutely do, Brandon. It's going to be Tom Smith 7 up against Scott BFC. I'm very intrigued to see how these two get on in our grand final, as both of them did clean sweep their semi-final ties against Epic James and T. Greggs. It should be a really, really impactful and important game. Hopefully, we see maybe even a best of 3, Brandon, and we see it go down to that third and final decisive game.
Yeah, it does say a lot that both those players did go 2-0 in their best of 3s before getting into this this grand final tonight. Shows they have been really dominant in the way that they have played. We have to speak, as we said, first and foremost about Tom Smith, though, who's in this one, who's obviously did very well to get this far in the tournament. 20 years of age, big West Ham fan from London himself. This is his story of how he's got into the tournament today. Drop him a follow on social media. That's where he streams over on Twitch as well. Based in London, 20 years of age, obviously part of the Smith family. Tom Smith, Brandon Smith, we're all the same. And in terms of his bracket run, he has had 8 wins to 1 defeat. Again, that defeat coming in those Swiss rounds on the build-up to this JLINGZ FUT Challenge. And Richard, this is the ultimate team that this man is rocking for tonight's grand final.
And what a team it is. A couple of lone players in there. Back 4, Hakimi, Rudiger, Varane, and João Cancelo. Edouard Mendy in goal, I'd be a little bit wary of him. Going into midfield, Lucas Paqueta, Fofana, and those two are going to be CDMs. Moving forward, listen to this front 4. Just close your eyes and just let this sink in.
They're closed.
Team of the year, Messi. Team of the year, Mbappe. Base, Pele. Team of the year, Cristiano Ronaldo. Did you feel some sort of way? Did you feel goosebumps over your body?
I mean, don't even tell me about the bench, Richard. Just opened one eye and looked.
Ginola, Eusebio, Salah, Neymar. Incredible talent from top to bottom here. I'll be very, very impressed if we don't see one of those front 4 not scoring. I'll be shocked in the defensive capabilities of his opponent.
Let's have a look at his opponent, Richard. He's 17 years of age. Scott Farmer, known as Scott BFC 17. Based in Blackpool, one of our favourite places in the UK. We love the Pleasure Beach. We love to go down there occasionally, me and Richard, off topic. So maybe Richard will be secretly supporting this man. Who knows?
Well, you're supporting the Smith, so someone's got to back Scott Farmer, and that's Richard Buckley. So let me tell you all about him. He's from sunny Blackpool. You can follow his socials at ScottFarmer04. In this tournament thus far, 7 wins, 1 loss, with an 88% win percentage. And I hear you asking, how can he combat that God squad from Mr. Smith? Well, let me show you what hand he has been dealt. Rude Hullet, baby. Looking at the back 4, Hakimi, Marquinhos, Varane, and Alex Telles. I'm not too sure about Alex Telles at fullback. Maybe Ferland Mendy could be getting brought on for him. Going into midfield, Fofana, Rude Hullet, and Cristiano Ronaldo. Up top, Ginola, Red Mbappe, and Team of the Year Messi. Team of the Year Messi, Team of the Year Cristiano Ronaldo. Looking at the bench, Pele, Prime Eusebio, Team of the Year Ruben Dias, and informed Neymar, all going to be involved. Incredible bench. The only questions I've got, David De Gea, and also Alex Telles. I'm not too sure on.
Yeah, that is interesting, isn't it? David De Gea, 84 rated. I mean, he's got the man that's caused so many nightmares for us all FIFA fans. Nabil Fekir on the bench. Or there too. Neymar, Pele, the list goes on. Some of these ultimate teams are stacked. Yes, loan items are helping them, bunch out a little bit. But nevertheless, some of the players that these guys do own on their accounts are absolutely incredible. Whether they've been a little bit fortunate prior to Team of the Year, or they just had some serious coins with them. David Ginola featuring in both teams. He's a 1 million coin player last time I looked. He's one of the best FUT heroes. He is the best FUT hero you can honestly get in the game, and he has such an impact from tournaments that we've commentated on in the past, Richard. So this one could be really stacked in terms of the two teams.
Especially with the slight meta change recently, with David Ginola being a little bit taller, 6'1", he's got good heading accuracy, good jumping. We might see Ginola, especially on Alex Telles, and even Hakimi, not the most physical of fullbacks, potentially bullying in that area. Even Team the CR7, no one leaps, no one jumps like Ronaldo. So he could be involved. A couple of crosses to the back post. Potentially it could be the way forward as we see the kits have been selected and we're underway. The game seconds away. PS5 final here in the FUT 22 JLINGZ Challenge.
Yeah, and that is one hell of a team. Look how many blue items are there. Honourable mentions, Team of the Year players. Without any further ado, let's jump into the action for this PlayStation 5 final. So best of 3. And that man is very proud to be from Blackpool. Blackpool FC badge, Blackpool FC kit. Seaside in his gamer tag. He's the ultimate Blackpool fan.
And I think that early pause is going to be getting Alex Telles off straight away. Has to be.
David De Gea does stay in goal as well, Rich. I've just seen that. He remains in the team. Alex Telles could be causing a problem, though, defensively for him. You can see him targeting that left-hand side of the pitch. Defensively, right-hand side attacking. There's Messi, early chance. David De Gea, it's his first touch on the ball. I mean, in terms of chemistry, if he is there, who else could you put in that position? An icon?
What, at left back? Team of the Year,
goalkeeper, sorry.
Goalkeeper. Maybe Donnarumma. Team of the Year, Donnarumma for the chemistry on Marquinhos. Varane needs another strong link.
It's not maybe expensive Team of the Year Donnarumma as well.
It's like 200k. Maybe change the formation slightly. Try and get Paul Pogba involved. If you've got the coins, the winter wildcard Paul Pogba, he gets the perfect link to Varane, meaning that you only need one orange chemistry link into Varane then. Starting to get a little bit technical. I'll leave the technicalities for later.
Fofana involved in both of these players' teams. Build up nice, really nice. Messi, first chance of the game. It's the body of Marquinhos. Poor old Alex Telles. Still on the field so far. He will get on the ball. As the pause has been queued since the start of this game for Scott BFC. What a ball that is over the top. Lionel Messi, what a save from Mendy. And the pause will be queued, but that was one hell of a through ball.
And now we see Phil and Mendy introduced straight away. And we're just on the POV here of Tom. Probably thinking, who's going to be bringing on? What subs has he potentially got? 4-1-2-1-2 narrow. Ronaldo and Mbappe leading the line. Messi as the centre mid, with Paqueta as the left centre mid. Pele as the cam. Look at that back four though. Varane, Cancelo, Rudiger and Hakimi. Incredible defence. I wouldn't have predicted it to be in a narrow though, coming into the game, if I literally just looked at the team on paper.
Telles off, Mendy on. Still been the ultimate left back for many years, has Ferland Mendy. Until recent times where Team of the Year João Cancelo was introduced into the game. I mean, prior to that, he did have a Team of the Week. It was also used in the left back. Theo Hernandez also part of that list of options you could use. Paqueta back to Pele now. The two Brazilians linking up well. Nicely done, this Mbappe. This is Tom Smith on the build-up. Of course, game attack TS7. Winner of this picks up €500 in cash. Runner-up will get a €300 PSN credit voucher. If you have just joined us, this is the JLINGZ FUT Challenge final of our PlayStation 5 bracket. Hundreds of players signed up for this one. Only 2 can stand in this grand final.
A little bit more of a conservative game here than the PS4 final, safe to say the least.
Yeah, it was a frantic start, wasn't it, that PS4 game? But it was an incredible game sort of throughout. With the performance that both of them put in, it wouldn't surprise me if JLINGZ or those involved in JLINGZ esports will be knocking on. I mean, all the finalist doors to say, you know, fancy playing for us next season, maybe. Having a trial for the team. Join the likes of Poacher, experienced FIFA player, example. FIFA player, content creator, Lisa Manley. Leading the way in female FIFA esports at the moment. Building nicely is TS7. R9. Should say CR7. Weaving, turning off the post.
For me, that has to be a goal. It might be a little bit harsh, but Team of the Year Cristiano Ronaldo has to score.
He did superbly well to find the space and open up the chance. But he just could not find the back of the net.
That's what you pay the money for. And in this internal debate at the moment between, do you go Team of the Year Cristiano Ronaldo? Do you go R9 Ronaldo, someone we've not seen at all? Or Team of the Year Mbappe? I would potentially say Mbappe is leading today, but R9's very hard to look past as well.
Ginola, his first real chance to drive this ball forward. What a chance from distance there. He timed it green, did. Ruud Gullit. He's not only controlling the strings in the midfield, he will get forward, he will have a chance at goal when he can. And we've seen him score plenty of goals from that sort of area. I think the one difference we're looking at in this game is that both teams in many ways are sort of a lot more in sync, position to position, maybe other than a fullback and a goalkeeper. And also, in terms of the bracket run that these two did have, they both did drop a game in the Swiss rounds. It shows that they are beatable. However, nevertheless, there's some serious money on the line here. You can understand any nerves or extra pressure these two could be feeling. Back to goal. Ginola, reverse elastico. This is nicely done. Cristiano Ronaldo, he might get a chance if he can get the ball back. He was just bullied off the board about that. And that'll do us for the first 45 in this final. Feels weird to say this is 0-0.
Yeah, I mean, there's been chances. There certainly has been chances. The post has been rattled. But 0-0 is the scoreline that we come into at this stage. XG comfortably in the favour of Tom at the halfway point. Both players in the same formation, and I think that might be one of the reasons that we're looking at a narrow scoreline and 0-0 at the moment, because there's not really that much room on the pitch. There's not a lot of opportunities to play into spaces. In previous matches where if you're playing against a 4-2-3-1, there'd be a lot of room.
At the moment, they've both been able to cancel each other out. And to stop any chances falling into the back of the net. The best chance of the game, really, for Scott was from that through ball. Chance, but a save on the rebound. It's there by Rafael Varane. The man that costs a lot in terms of submissions of SBCs and teams, 87, 88, the list goes on. But that's what it'll do for you. Right place, right time to stop that from being 1-0 for TS7.
Yeah, I was literally just about to say, right place, right time for Rafael Varane right there. Making sure that he was just covering the space, covering the potential danger as that ball rebounded in around the box. I want to see a bit more from one of these two, though. I want to see them go on and try and win the game. Really take it to their opponent at this stage.
Fofana. Looking for options to build up here for TS7. Messi goes down to ground. Referee says, get back up on your feet. Make sure there was nothing wrong in that tackle. Mbappe. No way around that time. Well defended.
Good press. For anyone who's new to FIFA esports or just watching competitive FIFA in general, you see the little red triangle. That is the triangle that is currently being controlled by the player. When it switches to green, that is the second man press being used. Basically, you get a short window of time where the AI will sprint towards the player and sort of press the player while you can mark a passing line.
Just an example of it there. Ball to the back post. Didn't work out, though. Because Cristiano Ronaldo is lurking and looming at the back post for TS7. It's the breakthrough, which, to be honest, if I had to look between both players, it certainly has gone in the favour of the way you thought the game was going to go.
What did we say before the game? What was our exact conversation? With the likes of Ginola and CR7 being more involved now, I wouldn't be surprised to see Ronaldo score a header. It might not be the typical goal that you pictured, but a great ball from Mbappe, just floated into the back post, and Ronaldo attacking it, getting his head down, and firing Tom Smith into a lead.
You spoke about height. You just brought someone else on that offers you that 6-foot+ height you're after. Ginola. On for Pele, on at the right-hand side of the field now. Might get his first touch on the ball. Mbappe. Let's get dispossessed on the flip side. Chance for Scott to get things moving now. It's a bit of a desperate long through ball over the back line. Didn't work out for him. Messi. This is Ginola. Able to get that ball down and really look after it. He has done a good job here, Tom Smith, of just preventing Scott from really getting the ball forward. Look how compact that line of blue midfielders up. No room to manoeuvre, no options to play the ball, and he's having to look forward to dink balls and lob passes through.
Making him play out of his comfort zone a little bit, isn't he? I'm sure he wants to play a driven pass or a direct pass through the lines, just like that right there.
He might have nearly had it.
What an interception.
Just something there that didn't make the chance feel natural for Mbappe. Allowed Mendy, even though he probably didn't expect to have that control of his goalkeeper. Just about enough time to get the ball clear. You can see the press, though. It's a bit more prominent.
Just activated team press on the D-pad instruction.
It worked for him, though. Fofana. Options in support. Mbappe. That could be a gift. No, what a chance. Squandered again. Messi from distance.
Oh.
Another brilliant save. You will not get that chance again, will you?
David Ginola has to score. Inside the box, it's fallen to him. One-on-one. And he's hit the post. Chance still alive here.
It's another wave of pressure for Fofana. Forget timing your shot. One of the lowest rated players on the pitch will score for you.
Did not expect Fofana to take the shot, and that's probably the way it's gone in. If we didn't expect it, how on earth can Tom expect it? Fofana, beautiful finesse, over the top of the goalkeeper, but he comes down the other end.
Mbappe. Scoop turns inside. Brilliant close control, dribbling again. Paqueta. Interchanging with Fofana, his Liga room partner in the midfield. He's got Ronaldo in support. Messi all queuing up on the edge of the box. Mbappe there as well. Ginola gets involved in this passing play. David Ginola moving, weaving in the tightest of spaces. Anywhere but there in the goal. And that's the goal for Cristiano Ronaldo.
I mean, you have to also say what a save from the man who are questioning him. David De Gea. Right place, right time. It's an awful miss from CR7, but it's a fantastic save. And now the reinforcements come on. Prime Eusebio. Inform Neymar. Maybe even Pele as well, potentially. Or Team of the Year Lewandowski. The firepower is ridiculous. Off that bench.
Remember that we will find a winner from this game, so extra time and penalties will be needed and used if we don't see a goal in the next 3 minutes plus additional time. That is TS7 with this corner. Brilliant save. Did enough there with his goalkeeper just to move him out a little bit. Ronaldo on the half volley. Down the goalkeeper's throat. And I believe this could be the last chance of the game for Scott to grab with both hands. And a lot of fresh legs on the field. Neymar. Mbappe. This would be an unbelievable ending to the game. Mbappe still. This is really nice. Oh.
What a save.
What can he do from here? It's a corner. Played short towards the back post. Fofana was there looking for it. Referee, send us into extra time. Because that's where we're going to find a winner. 30 more minutes needed here.
What a save from Edouard Mendy to take us into extra time. Cristiano Ronaldo played inside, 6 yards out. And Mendy somehow managed to get, I don't even know what it was, a leg or a hand to tip it past the post.
Well. I didn't even see the goalkeeper get a save on it, but he got something on it. To send out for a corner. This is only the first game of this bested through of the PlayStation 5 bracket of this JLINGZ FUT 22 challenge. FIFA Ultimate Team Tournament. €500 on the line. That's nicely done. Is he onside? He is. CR7. Second by the cherry, times it red. Not going to cause a problem there for the defender.
It's fallen nicely.
Mbappe, good feet. Even better save.
Fell very nicely. Eusebio nodded it down, brought players into the game. Mbappe, nice little roulette, just couldn't get the power on the shot to divert it past Mendy.
Brilliant feet, Ronaldo, really good feet. Is there an option in the back post? There could be. Fell to Eusebio, he sort of tried to stick a leg out and bring in Mbappe. Chance still not fully dealt with. Mbappe will get a second chance. Brilliantly defended by Varane, who has been and had a big impact on this game at both ends of the pitch. Dinked up, a little bit desperate there from Scott.
Ronaldo could be in.
Lead to him being under the cosh now with the last 2 minutes. Feels like this first 15 has swung back into his favour. The man representing the Tangerine Army. A massive Blackpool fan.
Chance.
Mbappe! Well. Pick that one out. Reverse Elastico into an absolute bullet in the bottom right corner.
Absolutely nothing Mendy can do against that one. Out the back of the skill move. Reverse Elastico around the corner. Might be on his weaker foot, but he drilled it into that corner. Great finish going into half-time with a 1-goal lead. Unless Mbappe. Oh!
What a save. What a save. To prevent Tom Smith to finding an equaliser. Whipped in deep towards the back post. Falls kindly back to Ginola. And Kunku, of all players, will get the last chance of his first 15. Clear it long. And that's the halfway point in extra time. We have had another goal in this one. And from being 1-0 down in the series, He does lead by 2-1, and what a finish it was from Mbappe. Lovely reverse elastico, pulled away, absolute bullet from that team of the year Mbappe. Showcasing why he should be in everybody's team. If you can get him on loan, give him a try, you won't regret it.
Team of the year, Kylian Mbappe. Game changer. But he certainly outperformed Ronaldo today.
He really has. I mean, Ronaldo has popped up with a few goals, as you'd expect to see from the map. Back underway. 15 minutes. Remember, this is a best of 3, so you have to win 2 games to be crowned champion. This is only the first one, so it's the case of just getting a point on the board, a win on the board. Which, no doubt, it's going to fulfill you with confidence. Mbappe back to goal. This is nice. Didn't take long. Did not take long for Cristiano Ronaldo to be talked about again.
We doubt the main man, and he will deliver. Just speaking about Kylian Mbappe, talking about the greatness of the youngster, but the old head shines through. And in the final 10 minutes, are we going to see a winning goal from either of these two, or will it be a penalty shootout?
It'll be our first penalty shootout of this FIFA 22 year on a PlayStation broadcast. But there is 6 minutes still left of this one. 4 goals scored. They can't be separated to a piece. You feel there's going to be one more big chance before we go, though, to the lottery. It is penalties. Nicely done. Good feet, Mbappe. Far of that stamina bar is really low, but was able to get back there and help out his team.
One more chance.
Could be it. Added time for a minute. This is it. Last chance, Luna, to steal the game. Ronaldo running rampant. He's got Ginola in support. More options in and around the box. We've played the additional time. This is literally a lottery ticket. Mbappe, is he onside? Reverse elastico, and that should do us. Penalty shootout from the spot. And up for the first 2 penalties. Neymar first for Scott. Which way will he go? Neymar steps up, goes right and scores. And backing up this next one will be Neymar on the flip side for Tom. Which way will he go? Will it be 1 for 1? Neymar steps up, scores again.
He just matched the way that his opponent went. Eusebio stepping up to the spot. Can he deliver? No, he cannot. A potential advantage coming in here from Tom. Kylian Mbappe steps up. Oh, he squeezed it in.
Mr. Reliable, Cristiano Ronaldo, needs to get back to scoring ways for Scott. Oh, the goalkeeper. So unlucky. How not didn't even get a save on that. Ronaldo steps up, will score. Advantage still in the favour of TS7.
Mbappe stepping up to the spot. Must score penalty. Does score. Potential to go within 1 here. David Ginola for Tom. Steps up, slots it in.
Scores, he wins. Does TS7. Must score for Ruud Gullit now, though. Down the middle will score. So must-save scenario for Scott. However, if Nkunku scores this, it's 1 point on the board. He will score. And it's a perfect 5 penalties after 120 minutes of FIFA action. And Tom Smith will take the first win in this best-of-3 series. What a game it was. And what a different game it is on the PlayStation 5 to what we had on the PS4.
I feel like the teams were a lot more matched. The teams were a lot more even in terms of the Team of the Year players, the loan items, both competitors really just throwing everything at it. This potentially could burst this game into life for the simple fact that if you're Scott right now, and you've just lost this tie on penalties, I feel like you're going to do a lot more, not necessarily even going forward, but you're just going to be a lot more proactive in the final third to hope that this doesn't become a reality and that you can win the game in 90 minutes. There's nothing worse than losing on penalties. He had huge chances. Ginola has to score that one there to slot it into the bottom left corner. Fofana in the same attack. Messi, great save. Just watch this right here as David De Gea with an incredible save. It falls onto the edge of the box. Ronaldo could have won it late on. We went into extra time. Chances galore. Kylian Mbappe left-footed strike into the bottom left corner, but just into the second half of extra time. Cristiano Ronaldo, very similar. Reverse elastico, straight into a strike. And Nkunku was the winning man from the spot. Advantage does go to Tom Smith right now, TS7. However, I feel like Scott will feel a little bit hard done by because majority of those highlights were from the man in orange. We're from the Tangerine Army, and he will feel a little bit hard done by just for the simple fact that, look, you've walked out of the game, you went to penalties, you missed one penalty, doesn't mean a thing. You could have outplayed your opponent, but you've got nothing to show from it going into game number 2 now.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to say this. I think that there was stages of the game that I think Scott played well in. I think the first 45, he started quite slow, struggled to get into the game, but then when he did get into the game and we saw extra time appear, he was all over Tom in that period. You saw that Mbappe goal. That doesn't come out of luck. That comes with a player that's feeling his FIFA and really, knowing the inputs, the button inputs, the combinations he wants to find in the right moments. That was so silky from Mbappe. But then on the flip side, a brilliant way to reply in the second half of extra time from Tom. Made some big subs, brought in Nkunku just to shore up that midfield with a little bit of extra pace and energy in the dying moments. And he actually stepped up and scored the 5th and winning penalty there. So when he needed to have ice in the veins, he did have ice in the veins. And he does have a win next to his name. If he does it again, he will be the champion. But part of me just feels like this is screaming out for a third game. It really does.
It'll all be how the two players start. If we see that quick start again from Tom, and he does find the back of the net, that's the most important thing. You can have a quick start, but if you're not putting the ball in the back of the net, it means nothing. If he starts quick and starts scoring, 90 minutes of FIFA, 12 minutes, 6 minutes halves, one leg goes by like that. You will quickly find yourself out of the game if you concede early.
Well, here we go then. We're back on the way. Tom Smith with a point next to his name because he has won the first and the opening game in this best-of-3 series of this PS5 UK qualifier for the JLINGZ FUT Challenge, a tournament that's been created by JLINGZ Esports, of course, founded and run by Jesse Lingard, professional footballer for England and Manchester United. However, Scott BFC, you might be wearing that Blackpool FC strip proudly. Needs to win this game. Kicking from right to left. If he doesn't, it's going to be a long road ahead. What chance this could be? Pele back to goal into Mbappe. Which way is he going to turn? Another great block at the back from Marquinhos that time. So let off.
You see the offside trap coming in there from Scott. It's his POV that we are watching. So when you see that bottom right corner just there, defensive tactics coming up, that is the inputs that he is putting in.
However, there's gaps that are appearing. Fofana, defensively sound again. He scored quite a decent goal in the last game. A finesse that was something that we didn't expect. It wasn't timed. There was nothing fancy about it, more than that it just flew into the back of the net. However, he's involved for both teams, clearly. Doing enough is the central midfielder, Paqueta. Messi, interchange as well. Pele. This is TS7 looking to build up nicely. Really well done, Messi. Get on that left foot. That's what we'll be looking for. Ronaldo, reverse elastico. Patient in the build-up, but deadly in the finish.
Ronaldo exits from that reverse elastico better than any other player seemingly on the game. Just quick and swift, out of the skill move, and allowing you to get the shot away almost in the same animation. It's the reverse elastico, and then the quickness of the shot is why it's so impactful in and around the box. Great finish. And Tom looking to build on what he accomplished in the first game with that penalty shootout victory. Looking to do it a little bit more simple this time around.
And playing like that, he certainly is on his way. How he's able to bring in people like Fofana, Paqueta, brought Messi across from right to left, just to add more questions defensively. Ronaldo times that red. Goalie can't get two hands on that.
It's David De Gea, isn't it? Unfortunately. 84 rated goalkeeper. Alex Telles is still on the pitch, by the way. No substitutions being made.
He's forgotten about it. Maybe it's not part of his action plan this time round.
If I'm playing against that, I'm going down that wing every single time. Sorry, Brandon, but it's a massive, massive bullseye in that back four.
I mean, you just would, wouldn't you? Especially when you've got, what, a team with you, Messi? They were just a bully. Left-hand side of the pitch, Hakimi.
He can have a run.
Certainly maybe fancying his chances on that right-hand side as we come to a third of this game gone. Interesting to see how this play style will change from Tom Smith. He's 16 game minutes away from a prize of €500 cash. That's because he's already got a win next to his name. First time we've seen Scott in the opposing half of TS7. What can he do here? He's the only man that we've seen use Hullet today. He's got to make better passes than that. Nicely done, patient in the build-up. Really good. Messi comes in, just tucks in on them from that right-hand side. Hakimi will be there to support Fofana. Happy just to recycle it alongside Paqueta. They're waiting, patient for the right ball into these players. Pele. Scoop turn, can't find the killer pass he was aiming for Mbappe. Lofted through, Ronaldo! I mean, that's the one thing that Scott will bring to his game. He might have all the possession in the world, but then when he breaks away on a quick counter-attack, one ball over the top and catch you completely off guard.
So deadly as well when you've got Mbappe running in behind with 99 pace.
Referee.
Could have been.
Get back up on your feet.
I think the reason those through balls over the top, Brandon, just like that, are so important / we're seeing so much more of them now is not only is the players running behind quicker, they've got better touch, they've got better ball control, better dribbling, so they can bring it down quicker and get the shot away quicker, but also the players passing is so much better. Team of the year Jorginho, team of the year Kevin De Bruyne, the Fofana. He's playing Lionel Messi at centre mid. He's got maxed out passing. Being able to play those passes on a sixpence over the top of the defender, over on a switch, on a diag, or a diagonal pass. I'll turn into Sunday League, Richard, then for a second. It enables you to have that confidence in playing a pass because you know that in-game stats can support it.
I mean, half the time he's taken that risk and gone for a little dink over the top. It has worked out for Scott. But I wouldn't be surprised now, Rich, to see a change for him. Well, Alex Telles does get subbed off, maybe 45 minutes too late. In comes Ferland Mendy. Any change to report so far? for a man that needs a goal and needs to win this game to take it to a third game. Brilliant feat, Mbappe. Maybe just a bit too much. Just offside, Cristiano Ronaldo. Already see the intent that's changed in this second half. For a player that knows he needs to get back into this game. He's trailed before and he has come back. And we spoke about Hakimi bombing up. That's a perfect example of it. Disguised pass. What a tackle. What a block again, Varane. Proven every single person that he is deserving of. However many SBCs he takes to complete.
All 7 parts of him.
Messi. Buqueta trying to link up well there. Obviously a heavy influence of French League players in these teams just to glue them together. No doubt, Tom in the back of his mind, we're thinking, minute per minute. I'm getting closer to that winning line. Messi! Oh, wow. We've seen those going before.
It was coming down as well. It was quickly dropping. If it had been an extra 3-4 yards out wide, maybe, that angles over the top of the goalkeeper, similar to we saw on the PS4 final when Zoa was banging them in with Team of the Year Messi. The game plan is very, very important now for Tom Smith. Does he try and take this game on and really push on, try and get a second goal and kill the game off, or maybe try and hold possession for 5-10 minutes, draw the game out and force Scott into making changes, which certainly looks like he's going to be doing as a pause has been queued, but he does have a chance here.
He has got numbers in support. Ronaldo, Ginola, Mbappe. All in the box, all waiting patiently for that killer pass. Hull it from distance. That's a little bit of desperation there from Scott. Another chance is squandered, and there's only 20 minutes left to play in this one. Remember, if Tom Smith wins, that will be job done.
€500.
Cheeky chip over the top. Again, rush, possession back to Scott. He's got to look after this now. Can't do well. Tried to flick it on with Furlong Mendy. I'm going to see Scott naturally press forward, and gaps will appear for blue shirts to exploit.
Big pause right now with 15 minutes left to play. Could be the last pause of this JLINGZ FUT challenge. As both players making pivotal midfield changes. Salah, Nkunku, Neymar coming on for Tom. For Scott, base Pele is the man to come on and potentially snatch a goal for him here.
Well, he has to make an impact, the Brazilian icon. Again.
It's a long way out.
Into the box. He's a bit desperate from Scott. He is in possession still. He's got 15 minutes left here to find a goal. If he wants to take us into extra time again. But look at the space. Mbappe to exploit. Ronaldo's there. There's options also running around. If he scores again, it will be all she wrote. Ronaldo in the box. Brilliant save on the rebounds. There's no chance for David De Gea. As Ronaldo will run away with a trademark. Can
someone clip that, please? It's not pretty. I'm not talking about Brandon's celebration. CR7 at the back post, just making sure that he got something on it on the rebounds. And now a mountain to climb for Scott.
I'll be completely honest, I've no idea where that came from.
Just came over you, didn't it?
Well, I just wanted to just say Sue, but I just ended up doing it. So I do apologise to all the viewers at home who've had to listen to that one. Jokes aside, it's 2-0. And Tom Smith is on his way to €500 in cash. We did say that Scott's going to naturally have to come out and press the game. There would be space that would open up. There would be areas to exploit. Finesse from distance. Quite a few of those just have not been finding the angles, finding even the goal, to be completely honest.
He's not been tested, has he? Edouard Mendy in the sticks.
Unfortunately, one man that has been tested is David De Gea.
Would you say he's failed the test?
First game, he played quite well. This game, you've certainly been able to catch certain points of an 84 rated goalkeeper's game that you wouldn't see in a 90+ rated goalkeeper, maybe. Ronaldo hustling as he will. Sends De Gea the wrong way. Don't worry, you're not getting to see this time. Three-0. That's a wrap. And I think Scott knows it as well. Added time of just a minute. And it will be back-to-back 2-0 sweeps. And it will be the showing of the Toms as well, we must add. There's a Tom winner on the PS4. There's a Tom winner on the PS5. And he will be your JLINGZ FUT Challenge champion. Cristiano Ronaldo with a match ball to remember. And a performance to remember as well. 3-0, a 2-0 sweep in the best-of-3 bracket. And he'll be €500 richer.
And look, we came out of the first game and said a penalty shootout literally could have gone either way. Coming into the second leg, we needed to see a player make a quick start, and there was only one player out of the blocks early, and that was TS7. He managed to get the lead, and he managed to keep the lead. So one of the things that I'm most impressed by was the ability to play out of the press. He was getting pressed really high up the pitch. He was getting a lot of opposition up in his grill, shall we say. And he was able to play out of it time and time again. Chances did fall for Scott in that orange kit. A couple of opportunities here. Lionel Messi bending it just over the top of the crossbar. But with 15 minutes left to play, Cristiano Ronaldo at the back post, making sure if it wasn't on the first time, he definitely made it on the second. And then CR7 doing what he does best. Pickpocketing Marquinhos, ball roll around the goalkeeper. Game, set, and match. We have our PS5 JLINGZ FUT 22 challenge winner.
Yeah, congratulations to Tom Smith 7. Keep an eye out, my friend, because who knows, JLINGZ might be on the phone to you very soon if they're looking to expand their FIFA roster, which is already stacked, we must add in there. Commiserations to Scott, T, Greggs, and Epic James. You guys, of course, will not go home empty-handed, picking up some insane PSN credit vouchers for you guys. And also, well done for making it to the top 4 out of hundreds upon hundreds that signed up for this JLINGZ FUT challenge. But Richard, we're back again next Monday, my friend. We're back for more FIFA.
We certainly are. February 7th, next Monday, 9 a.m. PST. That's 5 p.m. UK time, 6 p.m. Central European time for the FUTWiz Fan Cup here on FIFA 22. Make sure you do not miss that. Same place, same time with FUTWiz. I'm sure FUTWiz Dan will be in the chat, casting his eye on all the competition, maybe even taking down some names for the future.
Yeah, absolutely. Make sure you come back and join us next week on Twitch or on YouTube, of course, PlayStation's channels. But yeah, what a day, what an opportunity it's been to get back commentating some FIFA. A massive thank you to all involved at JLINGZ Esports and PlayStation for getting us involved to call some action. It's been a very long time. But Rich, for those that want to get involved at home, how can they get involved?
down below. You see that link at the bottom of the screen, compete.playstation.com. Type it in to your URL, sign up, register your PlayStation accounts, PS4 or PS5. There's tournaments for both consoles, and you can get involved, whether in Europe, Americas, or the rest of the world. There will be tournaments for you. Not only FIFA, across a wide range of different games in all different genres. Sign up. Make sure you get involved, and we could see you here winning some cash money, just like all the finalists have today, on the next broadcast.
Yeah, get yourselves involved. Compete.playstation.com. Sign up today. Plenty of tournaments taking place, as you said, all around the world. Well, Rich, it's been a pleasure. It's been a bit of a quick one tonight because we've had 2-0 sweeps in both the brackets. A massive congratulations to Zed Zoa. Massive congratulations to Tom Smith. A GG to everyone that got involved in these tournaments. I've been Brandon Smith. He's been Richard Buckley. We're back again next week, by the way, in the same place, same time for FUT Wiz in town. And a massive thank you to everyone that got involved in tonight's bracket and broadcast. From JLINGZ Esports, the PlayStation tournaments, and of course, the EA Sports were backing us with their game FIFA 22. All that's left to say is thank you very much for watching. Until next time, we'll catch you soon. Good night.
PlayStation